as always, on a Monday afternoon. We are actually early today by 13 minutes. Woo-hoo, believe it or not. With me always doing these interviews, partner in crime, head of Asgard Radio, the one and only Slider. And this week we are talking to lead vocalist and lead guitarist of the band Ryder. And they are from Queens, New York. And tell us a little bit about yourself, brother.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm James Ryder, and I am the lead vocalist and guitar player. We are a four-piece band from Queens, New York, consisting of myself, Max Knight on lead guitar, Rod Viquez on bass guitar, and Nick Bavaro on drums. And yeah, we just released a new song called Southbound 10 days ago, and it's doing pretty awesome. And we have an album coming out January 31st and a lot of other cool surprises along the way.
So, are you the one that did the solo on Southbound?
No, that is Max. I do.
Okay.
I'm the lead vocalist, and
Oh,
and
okay.
the guitar player.
I was just wondering who did the solo because that was pretty sick. It was pretty good. I literally replayed it and closed my eyes to listen to it, and it was pretty good, man. I was kind of impressed, maybe a little hard, but I don't know. Maybe not hard enough. I don't know, but it was really good. I really enjoyed the solo on that. He really did a great job.
Thank you so much. I'll be sure to tell him, man. It's a hell of a track.
Don't lie, it gave him a toner.
What's that?
I said, don't lie, it gave you a toner.
It did. It was. I really liked it. I really did rewind it and rewind. Listen, I'm old. I really did go back and listen to it again, and it was really good. Now, who wrote the song, and how did that solo come in?
We all have a hand in the songwriting process. Whoever, in general, but in specifically Southbound, it was an old riff that I had that was brought to the table, and we all ended up working on it and doing the bits and bobs and piecing everything together. So all four of us really had a hand of like really getting in there and kneading the dough. And the solo, I mean, Max wrote that solo. It basically all just it's all a team, it's all a team effort.
Yeah, it is, and you guys, it's a good song. I like the song. It really came together. It seemed from how you're talking about it and how everybody has their hands in it. Because sometimes when everybody gets their hands in it, it doesn't turn out. I'm enjoying that one a lot. Well, I'm gonna listen to more, but Monday is like I work a lot of hours during the week. I'm a kitchen manager, and I work a lot of hours. And on Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm off. And Mondays I sleep like forever. I don't get up until I get home around 10, 9:30, 10, and then I fall asleep at midnight. I don't get up till like noon, 1 o'clock because I'm just fucking beat. And I got up. I ran to the gym. I ran to get dog food and everything else. And I got home and sat down, and here I am. But I didn't have time to listen to your other stuff. No, I take that back. I did listen to Lillian's Lullaby.
Thank you.
I did listen to that one because Lillian looked kind of hot on the cover there.
Well, shout out to my friend Kara. She was she's the cover model on the she's the cover model on the thing. Southbound is the first track off of our upcoming album Menagerie. It's the first one to feature this lineup of Ryder. So the guys you hear, Max, Rod, and Nick, we all really got together in January and really just developed this. So we haven't even been together for a year. And again, Southbound is just one of those things. Lillian's Lullaby is that was with the previous lineup. Still great track.
I liked it. Yeah. You can hear the difference though. There's just that tiny bit of a different sound, just a little.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely. And it's, like I was going to say with Lillens, we still play it live today. We have fun with it. And, but yeah, no, the growth between previous releases and now, I mean, it's not comparable. I mean, it's
yeah.
night and day.
So, who's the new guys on Ryder? Who did you pick up? We don't have to talk about who's not there. Just who's the new guys? Is it a whole new lineup or is it just a couple?
Whole new lineup. Max,
No
Nick, and
shit.
Ron. It was a clean sweep. I am the last of the Mohicans.
Okay, so where'd you find them all?
Various places.
Craigslist.
Rod, yeah,
Craigslist.
very. Nothing too unscrupulous. I found Rod through an app called Bandmix. So that was actually pretty cool. People still go on Bandmix. Max, through mutual friends, through other stuff, we connected on Facebook, and we started talking, and we met up, and we just really clicked. And then Nick, through the recommendation of a mutual friend, I'd asked someone to play drums, and basically, he wasn't available, and a couple weeks went by, and I'm just like, do you know anybody on drums? Like, that's the only missing piece. And he's like, well, why don't you hit up Nick? And I think it was around Christmas Eve last year. I sent Nick a message, and we met up, and yeah, I mean, it just really just all came together, and it was just really, really awesome. And here we are.
Yeah, it seems kind of, I don't know. To me, I guess it's kind of quick how good you guys meshed, because I mean, you came out with an album right away, and the first song in an album a year later. So it's something that had to be there for you guys to not have to be able to change this or change that, or meld somebody with somebody else. And it's good that you guys all clicked right off the bat.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it was all done in less than a year. I mean,
Yeah.
we had our first rehearsal in January of this year, and we really started, writing sporadically throughout the year. I would say this album, Menagerie, that's going to be coming out January 31st of next year. That whole record was finished, God, probably 6-7 months. It just all just came together. It was all very natural, very organic.
So the name Ryder, is that from your last name? Is that where you just got it? Just said, well, my name's Ryder. Because you said the whole sweep of the last band, and you're the last. Was it from your name?
Well, Ryder had been around. I mean, I had been using the name Ryder performing for, God, almost 12 years now. So I was in a previous band, and that ended up not working out. And when that ended, I was just like, you know what, Miss, I think it was a snotty comment from a former band member of mine. And he was just like, you know what, you should just form your own band and call it Ryder, and see how well that does. I'm like, it's a pretty good idea.
Fuck it, why not?
Why
Yeah,
not?
I'm like, that's a good idea. So I did. And, again, just things came together. You and it just, that's basically how the name was born, and it kind of stuck, and here we are.
And here you are. So the way you guys came together, the way you guys gelled, just initially, did you guys have, like, you called band meeting and say, okay, here's everybody, this is who we are. Did you guys talk about the sound you wanted? Did you talk about, how are you going to go about what's how you're going to go forward with everything? You take it. I mean, obviously you took everybody's input, because you said everybody had a hand in the pot. So how did that first meeting go when you guys got together?
We got together, and pretty much everything basically got figured out. A lot of it was trial and error. We tried stuff, we saw what worked, we saw what didn't, and the stuff that did work, we're continuing to do. The stuff that didn't work, we pivoted and changed course. So there was nothing really established other than, hey, we love playing music. We're all, very competent musicians, and we just, and we just grew it from there.
Yeah.
And you're in Queens, New York, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, because I was going to say it's. I think a lot of music coming out of Queens has a very distinctive sound. Like Queens has its own sound for rock music.
Oh yeah.
And it's kind of cool, actually.
Oh yeah.
But
Queens has a rich history. I mean, you got the Ramones. I mean, you got a lot of great bands. Ramones are from Forest Hills.
yep.
Yeah.
But how did you get started? Like, what inspired you to wake up one day and say, "I want to be a musician"?
Oh God, ever since I was a kid. I mean, one of my favorite movies was Disney's Fantasia, and my mother would always tell me the story. I'd get the little building blocks, and I would pretend to be a conductor. So I've been musical since a very young age. So it started with that. I picked up the saxophone and I started playing. I was a jazz kid, so I played tenor sax for about a good, God, like 10 years, give or take. So that was fun. And then, rock guitar. I mean, my influences with that. I mean, growing up, I was a huge wrestling fan. And, again, I'll never forget it. WrestleMania 17, Lemmy Motorhead plays Triple H to the ring. I look at Lemmy. I look at Lemmy and I'm like, wow, that's fucking awesome. And like that's when my love for Motorhead and all of that just really, really came about. And I loved it. Here I am.
I was gonna say, if there's one word, one name that completely describes rock and roll, it's Lemmy.
Oh, hands down.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So
Sorry, got other shit going on too.
So when you're sitting around looking for inspiration, what do you listen to? What albums do you put on?
Oh man, so many different things. I mean, I love blues. I'll listen to some Muddy Waters. I'll listen to more modern blues. Stevie Ray Vaughan. I mean, for such an iconic guitar player, rock wise. Whitesnake. I love David Coverdale's voice. Both with Mach 2 of Deep Purple from Burn and Stormbringer, and those records are great. Guns N' Roses, obviously. Anything he did with Whitesnake, David Coverdale as well too. Metallica, Black Sabbath. God, I mean, it depends. Music is music. Where all musicians have the same seven notes, and it's just a matter of what you want to do with them or what you want to put on them. So it's just my music taste is eclectic.
And when you play, obviously you have the background of the saxophone too. So, and just like you said, everybody has the same notes. It's what you do with them. Do you ever bring that saxophone type of history to what you do now and say, I wonder if we can do this and make it sound sort of kind of like that, or you know what I'm saying? Just trying to maybe bring that into what you're doing now.
That could be pretty interesting. I mean, I got to admit, I haven't played in quite a number of years, so so I would definitely have to dig it out and brush it up. But maybe doing a Clarence Clemens solo esque type thing. I mean, I could definitely see about that. But
clip a microphone to it, add a little gain, a little distortion.
There we go. That could be cool for the next record. But my saxophone influence, I mean, that's how I learned music. I learned it in school, and I learned all the notes, how to read, how to write, music, and all of that stuff. And it just, without the saxophone, without that formal training, without music programs, And that's also
Right.
another thing very near and dear to my heart. Stop fucking cutting the arts. Stop cutting music programs. I mean,
Yes.
they do a lot of good.
Oh hell,
Um,
me and my wife were just having this conversation a little bit
Damn it.
ago at dinner. I won't get too much into it, but I believe the public school system is to prepare you for life. Reading, writing, home ec, job skills.
Yeah.
yeah,
No
Yeah.
need to teach gender studies and liberal arts. Stick to
Shit.
the basics. Get them prepared for to do something with life.
yeah. I mean, listen, man. Everyone has their own takes on things. I respect everyone's opinion. My whole thing with music is just like I said. Around here, I can't really speak to where you guys are from, but here in New York, I mean, it's just that's literally every budget. That is the first thing cut.
Well,
Of
Arts
course. Oh, yeah,
and all
it is.
that.
well, my heart beats a 4/4 rhythm, so
Yeah.
And you never know with the saxophone, you could be put on the next Lost Boys movie.
right.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, and if they start taking away the arts in school, who's going to play music at halftime?
Dude, again, you take away the arts, you take away all of that. I mean, look,
And that's
I know,
talent. Yeah, that's where talent is the arts. It's
Yes.
not just music, but arts and other things. That's people. That's kids' talents. That's where they're trying to hone them in, and and just they just don't do it. And
yeah,
it's just
yeah, that's how kids, discover and really, that's where you meet the mentors who teach you how to hone that talent, who
yeah,
teach you, who bring that out to you, and it's just it does a lot of good. I mean, let's be honest here. How many youth, who would probably turn to like, more destructive means, without an arts program, who turn to the arts instead of, turning to the bottle or the needle. I
yeah,
mean,
All right.
you never know. I mean, it's just that's the thing. We as human beings, we vibrate, you know, to sound and to the arts and everything else. Like without the arts, that's what makes humanity humanity. I mean, no amount of AI can replace that.
Well, that's
no,
why I say, music is my drug. What's the concept of a drug? To change your way of thinking and to alter your perception. Well, music helps alter my perception and changes my way of thinking. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
So, growing up, were your parents, did they get into music, or other than, I mean, you said your mom got, you into Fantasia or whatever. Is did they do anything with music, or you just kind of like, this is what I want to do?
Um, I mean, they listen to a lot of rock music. My mom, I think she played an instrument when she was younger. But other than that, a lot of the music and a lot of the, stuff that I was exposed to when I was younger. I mean, we were a Bruce Springsteen household, still are.
Yeah.
So it's just, growing up and, trust me, it's weird. I'll never forget when I was really, really young. It was a Halloween party, and it's God, it was back in early 2000s or whatever. I'm only 32, so um, I know some people might be, oh, you look like a young 40. No, I'm 32. But I'll never forget when I was in grade school. There's a Halloween party, and they're like, "Oh yeah, bring in your favorite CD." I brought in Bruce Springsteen, "Born in the USA."
That,
And shit. I must have been about like what 8, 9.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Yeah, I think we had to do, going back, I'm 56. So we had to do, for music class, we had to do a paper on our favorite, you know, favorite artist, band, album, whatever. And my buddy and I did Ozzy Osbourne, Bark at the Moon.
Nice, great record.
Yeah, yeah, because that was one of my first albums. So it was, it was early, God, yeah, early '80s. Because I think it was like 8th grade or freshman year. I can't remember which one, but yeah, it was a long.
It was like 80, 83, 84.
Something like that. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, 83, 84, something like that. So I was either, like I said, 8th grade or freshman back then. But yeah, I did. You're talking about your favorite album. That's who we did ours on. So Roddy, that's his name.
Great record. Great record.
Yeah, fucking awesome album. That was awesome. That one.
Sorry about.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, funny story about that. I had the opportunity to spend some time with Jakey Lee. I got a chance to meet him, with his band Red Dragon Cartel. His bass player Anthony Esposito produced the first few Ryder releases and stuff right around the same time that they were recording their last record, Patina. So, and I finally had an opportunity to meet Jake and all of that. And one of the things he told me is he was like, "Do you know how many people get that opening lick to Bark at the Moon wrong?" And
Really?
he picks up his Charvel and he shows it, and I'm just like, oh, shit, I've been playing it wrong too.
Now, someone told me that he's on tour right now with Night Ranger. I haven't been able to verify it.
I don't know about that. I mean, I think Jake's still recovering after he got shot.
Yeah, that's what I said. But a buddy of mine, he went to see Night Ranger last weekend, and he said Jake E. Lee, Ozzy's guitarist. I was like, well, Ozzy's had a lot of different guitarists, and
Yeah.
he just got shot last month.
Oh yeah, dude, that was
walking
that
his
was
dog,
nuts.
minding his own fucking business.
Yeah, no, that was nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he's out with Night Ranger, but a fun fact. I mean, if he's out with Night Ranger, I think what is it, Brad Gillis? I mean, he played on Tribute. I'm not. He played on Speak of the Devil. I think that was the record that came out after Randy died.
Yeah, that was after Randy.
Yeah, so it's funny enough, both Brad Gillis and Jakey Lee, because Jakey Lee came right after.
Yeah, I actually saw, let's see, what year was it? 80, 85, 86, 86, maybe. Metallica opened up for Ozzy Osbourne.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, that place was just nuts. I mean, you got to talk 80s, and heavy metal was in, and Ozzy and Metallica were huge, and Metallica opened for them. The place was just crazy. It was just nuts.
That's awesome.
Ozzy, 83, so you probably got hit with some raw meat.
No, 83, no, 84 was my first. That was Motley Crue and Autograph. That was my first concert.
Oh, wow.
Because they'd have a catapult loaded up with raw meat that basically for his finale, they would just launch the catapult full of raw meat into the audience.
No, nothing. Yeah, that didn't happen, Bill. So, let's see. What after the release of your album, January? What do you have in store? Do you have anything in store for the spring? Did we lose him?
I don't know what happened.
I don't know. Oh, there.
What?
There he is.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
No. But do you guys have any
sucks.
for the spring?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You guys got the album coming out in January. Obviously, you're going to be pushing it. Are you got anything coming out in the spring then? Are you going to be trying to get some shows lined up or?
Yeah, we're definitely looking at a few places to get out there. Full record comes out January 31st. We got 2 more singles coming your way. If you go on the Ryder social media accounts, Ryder_NY or Ryder Band NY for Facebook. First one was Instagram. We got a little bit of an announcement tomorrow, so go check that out. But yeah, no, we'd love to. We're still shopping around, see where we're going to, support it. Go out in the spring. What I will say is the support that we have gotten off of Southbound alone, I mean, just on Spotify, has been absolutely tremendous. I mean, it's only been out for 10 days. I was joking with the guys, and I believe our drummer said, wouldn't it be nice if, we got 1,000 streams across all streaming platforms and everything else. And I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. But somehow on Spotify, like people are really digging their Southbound, and I think today we literally just passed over 5,000 streams on Spotify. Best performing song we have on our up on there, and it's been wild. It's like the equivalent of being a Hollywood director during opening weekend, and you're just watching those box office numbers, and you're just like, and then when it really goes, it's just like, holy shit. Like, so, but no, I'm very grateful.
Well, you got two from me, because like I said, I rewound and listened to it again, so.
I appreciate it.
But you said the announcement's tomorrow, so we'll have to plug that tomorrow, and then on my show tomorrow night, I'll definitely have to make sure we get that out there. What time are you guys announcing it?
Yeah, I still got to work that out. Probably morning, afternoon, sometime during the day. So you'll have it. If your show's in the evening, you'll have it.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock Central. Oh no, wait, tomorrow's Tuesday. Shit, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock our time. So it's 5 o'clock Eastern.
Oh yeah, you'll have it by then.
Okay, good, because then we can push it and talk about it, and definitely get you guys some hopefully more streams as well.
Yeah, much appreciated, man. Listen, every bit helps, and it's like I tell people, it doesn't take a lot to support music. I mean, just to share, play it for your friends, send the link to people, do what you got to do. And I'm really, and I speak for the band as well. We're all thankful, and, we're glad that people are having such a positive reception to this song, and the best is still yet to come. I mean, I fortunately have the insight because I have the record. I know what's coming. And it's and I can tell you this much: I'm not gonna go in a sales pitch. I'm not gonna oh my God, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But what I will say: sit down, put it on, and listen to it. Track 1 to track 10. It was made as a record. It was not a compilation of singles. It was built as a record, almost like the old days, man. Just 1 through 10, listen to the whole thing. It'll take you on a journey.
Well, you're gonna have to send the entire album to us so we can do that, and then we can play.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you want to send it to my email in MP3 format, and I'll forward it to Jim, and he'll get some of it on tomorrow for New to Use Day.
Yeah, definitely get Southbound on tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Southbound will be on tomorrow, and we'll talk about it, and then we'll share your guys' link for your announcement, so we can have that out there as well, and then whatever else give myself a call or an email, give Chris a call or an email, and say, hey, we're doing this, can you guys promote it? Yeah, that's what we do. That's 15 years I've been doing this, and this got people now like Chris. He had the same mindset. Our job is to help the bands. That is our job. Period. That's what. Yeah.
Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated.
Yeah, your music, your tours, whatever you're doing, I just talked to Smile Empty Soul the other day. I was out in South, well, not the other day, a couple weeks ago in South Bend, and I talked to him. Not officially, but they're on a break, holidays and stuff like that, and we just kind of bullshitted, and that's what I anytime I run into somebody, I'll pick their brain to see what's going on, and then I'll put it out there. If something's coming up that they haven't really talked about, or it's been talked about briefly, we'll put it out. We'll definitely help. So whatever you guys do, just even if it's just if you're just around New York, we'll post that, because our other DJ, our morning girl's in Pennsylvania. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, she's our morning girl.
Nice, very cool. Yeah, no, I'll get that all. I'll send I'll send I'll send the links to Chris. I'll email it to him.
Yeah, just send everything, anything and everything. And if you get a tour, we'll put it up on our website, because we have a tour guide on the website.
Oh, cool. Very, very awesome.
So, and then I know Chris has some questions he likes to ask to our interviewer. So go ahead, ask him.
So I like to ask weird questions to get to know people better, and one of the things I like to ask is, if you could sit down for dinner and pick anyone's brain through history, who would you want to talk to?
That's a hard question. That is a really, really hard question. Music wise, I would say Paul McCartney, hands down. Music wise, I'll keep it music based, because I could go on. I could go on for days.
I figured you were gonna keep it music based, but I would have guessed like Beethoven or Mozart or something way, way back.
Well, I mean, I would. Well, it depends on how far back I get Beethoven, because if I got him before he went deaf, then
yeah,
then I could have dinner. If not, he'd probably have a contraption in his ear.
Right. Put his hand up against your vocal cord so he could feel.
No, Beethoven's one of my favorite composers. No, I mean, contemporary music, Paul McCartney. I mean, just as a human being, I'll keep it Beatles, John Lennon, hands down.
That's kind of going back. I mean, I would say historically, I would have guessed maybe somewhere in that realm. But you being 32, I would have thought maybe somebody through the 90s. I was going to guess.
I mean,
but I mean, you do have a different background. You do have that saxophone background, so you have an ear for more than just the rock that you play. So,
oh yeah,
you're very open-minded about the music. So
the music theory.
Yeah, the music.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I can see the Beatles, but yeah, Paul McCartney. He's one of the. I truly believe he's one of the best musicians that have ever lived.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, and just the amount of work he's done. Not even just Beatles career, but solo career as well. I mean,
yeah,
it's incredible.
Yeah, with Wings, when he toured with Wings,
mm-hmm.
and just everything he's done. He's a great musician. Everything he's done has just been great.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
If you ask me, he is the only Beatle that had a real successful career after the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all due respect to Ringo, but
yeah. Ringo tried. He just, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're talking about guys who, didn't have to work a day in their life, afterwards.
Yeah.
It's just, no matter what they did music because they loved music. I mean, again, if we're talking about successful solo careers, I mean, Paul McCartney, definitely number one.
Yeah.
Ringo, I would probably have to put him last. No disrespect, but whatever. Number two, John Lennon, and number three, George. I mean,
Yeah. Well, John was really on the upswing when he was murdered. He really, I mean, even Yoko tarnishing everything and being the butt of all the jokes, but John Lennon was really kind of on the upswing after the 70s.
Well, double fantasy. I think that was his last record. I mean, great record.
Yeah. So he was. I actually had a friend of mine.
That's all they were talking about.
Yeah.
Well, they still have unreleased music of his.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, same thing with Prince. They said had thousands of written music that he never let anybody look at.
Well, and
yeah.
obscure Michael Jackson. You ever play Sonic the Hedgehog?
No.
Michael Jackson wrote the music for Sonic the Hedgehog, the video game.
That's awesome.
No shit.
And he hated it.
That's funny.
Jesus.
All right, Chris, what's the other one?
If you're going, I'm changing the way I format this question. So if you're going on a road trip and you can only take one album with you, what album are you taking?
I'll say Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction.
Okay.
Good one.
That's a good one. Definitely. I give you that one because when I was in Iraq and we were in the battle, in the 3-day battle, we had a rotation of music that went through our headphones, and it was NWA, Ice-T, Guns N' Roses, and Skid Row.
Oh, nice.
So, and yeah, Skid Row was playing while we were kicking their tank battalion's ass, but Guns N' Roses was in the rotation. So we had some music for everybody in the unit,
Nice.
So yeah, that was one of them. So yeah, that's why I could go with that one.
Skid Row. Hopefully it was. Hopefully the Skid Row was some of their kicking songs, because that'd be really awkward going to war listening to 18 in Life.
No, it wasn't. No, I don't know what I honestly I keep trying to.
Little Youth Gone Wild.
Yeah. Well, we were. I mean, we were all 25 and younger, so. But yeah, I don't remember exactly the song that was playing during the battle because obviously we were paying attention.
Of course.
But I know it was Skid Row. So, but yeah, it was
nice.
And when I interviewed Sebastian Bach, I told him that, and he hugged me for like 5-10 minutes. And after he got done hugging me, he turned and looked at his manager and his now wife, and he goes,
"Yeah,
what am I supposed to say now? I can't follow that shit. How am I supposed to say something?"
I mean, he's right. And listen, let me also be the one to say on here, thank you for your service, man.
My honor. It was something I wish I would have stayed in and retired, but Dad died in '94, so I got out and had to take care of my mom. So,
of course.
But yeah. So, all right. So, but yeah, Guns N' Roses. Yes, absolutely. That's one.
Yep.
That's like their best album. I mean, Welcome to the Jungle, Mr. Brownstone, Sweet Child of Mine, full of hits.
Yeah. And then you got Night Train.
It's So Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rocket Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But man, we appreciate you taking the time to chat with us.
Everything is Ryder. You said Ryder_New York.
Yeah, Ryder for Instagram. It's Ryder RYDER _NY. full New York, just NY. And Facebook.com/RyderBandNY. Those are Instagram and Facebook. You can look us up on YouTube, Spotify. Ryder Southbound. Keep the train going. Let's see if we could get to 10K.
Okay, we'll definitely push it. We'll definitely, I'll put it out on tomorrow's show, the New Tuesday show, and get that out there. And tell your model, if she's ever in Northwest Indiana, look me up. I mean, she's traveling, you never know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen out there in social media land, thank you for tuning in today. Thank you, Ryder, for joining us. Thank you, Slider, for being here. Don't forget to check them out. Facebook, Instagram, all your social media platforms, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you can find music. Get them likes, get them shares. I'm Chronic Chris, I'm Chronic Chris. Don't forget to always keep your wheels down, watch for motorcycles. It has been a blast.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
All right, we'll see you later.